Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Not For Broadcast. How are things at home? Well, they're quite nice, I guess. Just kind of woke up from a terrible nightmare, maybe just a good dream of having bears constantly assault the recording studio. So I guess it's just one of those fun things of, I don't know, getting shocked to death. Leads to day 154, which is titled A Rude Awakening. We shall see what this means, what this entails. Oh, current wealth, selling a kidney. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. You open your eyes. You're greeted by a circle of concerned faces, your family by your side. A reassuring, familiar sight in these new surroundings. You blink a few times to clear sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. You feel a hand on yours, gentle, reassuring. Sam, there with you always. Their expression, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay, never doubted it for a second. And if I ever see that Bozeman... You squeeze their hand back and attempt to wink. The worry lines on Sam's forehead fade a bit. Lord knows you've got enough to be anxious about, without your health being thrown into the mix. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see it. Charlie tense up. His concern is clear on his face. So, you're definitely good, right? He asked quickly, looking away. So... I would just try to be... They're both kind of two sides of the same coin, not trying to let on. Being sent to the hospital after being electrocuted, now having to sell a kidney. Yeah, it's fun times. Charlie looks at you and grins, one of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades and you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not doing well lately. Are you okay, Mom? Your mother starts your call, clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles, and you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes, because as we learned at Christmas, she is spiraling through dementia. Yes, dear, of course, how are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod, but before you can respond, a doctor bustles in and ushers everybody out. She asks you, for what feels like the 100th time, how you're feeling. Surprisingly well, all things considered. Wait a minute, for the advance coming in here, don't tell me that they're redistributing all of that wealth from the rich people and not paying for people's medical bills like this. Excellent. There's no sign of any real damage, just a bit of shock to the old system. Pardon the pun, she smiles. Not that we recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple days rest at home, you should feel right as rain. She turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room and care, the doctor gestures your room, which you now notice looks rather expensive, has been paid for by a Mr. Bozeman. He left these flowers and said not to worry and to take the rest of the week off. He'll see you Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. Is that an acceptance of responsibility? Let's see. Are we going to go back a week in time? No, we're gonna move on to day 180. So we're gonna go backwards. A burden to bear. Please tell me it's actual bears. It's not actual bears. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which is normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed now. Softly opening a kitchen door, you find Sam at the table. Bills and papers are strewn in front of them, as well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. They give you a quick kiss as you take a seat next to him. Sam frowns and looks at the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at the numbers again. They look to the door of the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly, bills are all you can see. I've been staring at the numbers all night. Tears in her eyes, Sam takes your hand. There's no way we can afford it. I'm so sorry. The kitchen table swims before you. Look at all these care invoices. What are you guys with the A doing here, if not helping everybody? Sam stands up and puts you in a firm embrace, but all you can think of is your mother, how you can't afford to help her. What would Dad be thinking right now? Is this the utopia the advance promised? Ooh, what a question. You stare at the door of your mother's makeshift room. Tomorrow, you'll need to tell the kids and then book an appointment at the transition center. Oh, we learned about what the transition center was from a previous advert. That is the, well, we're gonna kill the old people, probably. What else could have you done? So, Grandma's gone, I guess. Sorry, kids. Day 201. A letter home. Cute. Sam's out at work tonight and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection night, but surely something to watch. Like a laugh, Sam's not here, you can watch horror without him. You just want to switch off action thrills one. Sam is a fan of historical drama, so you make the most of being away. Let's just turn off your brain here. The writing's terrible, and you're pretty sure the lead actor got the role for their looks rather than their talent. Despite yourself, you're actually quite into the finale, even if the rope bridge over the active volcano is a bit cliche. Oh, is it Joe versus the volcano? That's not it at all. When it's over, you reach over the fallen remote and instead find something small and metal lying under the coffee table. As you bring it into the light, you're reminded of Sam's note on the fridge. Hey, sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? X. As you hold closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved lighter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. You're not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Arkistan has long a tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you like it, don't do any... Ooh, excuse me. Thought you like it, don't do anything stupid, Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up, or about to pick up. But it's nice that she thought of him. So, daughter's supposed to be traveling around Europe, I guess. Didn't come home when Dad was in the hospital. That's fine. Oh, are we about to go check and see what's on the news? There's been an interesting theme of having absolutely horrible things that I'm having to switch the cameras for. Like, this is just terrible programming. And I know that's part of the comedy, but man... Oh man, it's just a lot to swallow to be like, we're singing again. We're doing. Are we gonna have more sports ball or whatever it's called? Well, at least everybody's a winner. That's the utopia that the advance promised. Then we have our happy little strumming ditty in the background, which is not happy lyrics at all that I'm talking over. Let's see. The Silence on day 232. So channel 1 is nearby. Headline system initializing. Let's see here. We can put in the advertisements here. We're obviously going to put in Crazy Neil because we want to lead off with him. We got to check the power first. Hey, look, we don't have a cartoon sun out here today.
Of optical destruction and get out.
You realize I'm getting to
Uh-oh.
I mean it, Kath.
Oh,
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny?
we do sports board. That's the
All
thing.
yours.
And then, we can't do C apparently, so that's fun. Do we have anything here?
Jenny.
I don't know.
Sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded
10
me.
seconds,
That's all
everybody.
part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy, you know that. Just stop being so
Three and
high and mighty
five.
and do your job.
Four, 3.
Yay! Here we go.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions? What are your reaction to the
fucking
sanctions?
outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned? What's the government doing about it? Hey? What's the government doing about it?
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff. Thanks, Patrick.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions. And we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them.
That's cute.
Have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient.
Is that so?
We are a team, now more than ever.
Is that why we're all winners?
Is on your side.
Is that true?
Thank you. Thank you.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
I was wondering if you could tell me what you think of the government.
What? That shower of iridescent pricks, punishing success and rewarding laziness, they're taking this country down the bloody Swanee. And it's not just me that thinks so. My wife Iris, she agrees. My wife Iris, she agrees.
A Flard Day's night. Following the release of the Floodmaster 5000, production of Flards are at an all-time high, requiring the new manufacturing facility in Grizzleford to move to 24-hour-a-day production.
With people finding more and more uses for the ever-versatile Flard, the team at Brewington Cyst certainly have their hands full keeping up with demand.
So, is there anything better than a handful of Flards? We ask.
Let's look at angry people who hate Flards.
What's your opinion of Flards?
I'd get them banned, mate. Flards killed 3 members of my family and more than one pet. You should have stuck with Werbs.
Yeah, Werbs. Werbs are safer.
A momentary lapse of reason? Commuters across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by controversial protest group Disrupt.
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found performers outside every major station, all dressed and posed identically. Whether we're supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy. But most commuters didn't even stop to notice.
Well, as long as it's not some grand contemporary dance, it's probably harmless.
But how do we all feel about Disrupt and their eclectic tactics? Robin found out.
How do you feel about Disrupt?
Oh, well, now you're talking. Ruddy hero, showing us not to take it lying down like Iris here.
So you both feel they're a cause worth supporting?
Well, Iris doesn't speak on mine, but we're pretty sure there's still one in there, aren't we, love?
Oh boy.
Wherever it is, it loves Disrupt, fighting the Oiks for our freedom. And what can possibly be wrong with that?
Do you need me to get you some help?
There we go.
Feast or famine? Resourceful doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sforsborg and Morgansford today announced their first successful harvest in Dante's tank.
Oh god, I forgot it was called that.
Only grow a few fungal strains. The scientists seem to be staying positive, as the following picture shows.
The undauntable scientists chose to try and survive.
I'm gonna do the mad
system
picture.
While the complex rescue operation inches forward up here on dry land.
Let's hope they like stroganoff.
But with Advance planning to spend an eye-watering amount of public money on the rescue craft, we asked Patrick Bannon to find out what we should all be thinking about the accelerating costs.
Yeah, don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting. Don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting. Oh, Christ. Christ, have you thought about quitting smoking?
Right. No, I'm fine now. Right.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
The trapped scientists.
Oh, yeah, right.
The trapped scientists. Brilliant. Brilliant.
I am not a number. Applications finally opened today for the new Advanced Team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the
Let's see, do we do
banks and rightly.
do we do happy and follow the propaganda, or do we do sad face?
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership
Oh
cards?
god, it's them again.
Absolutely bloody not.
Oh god, it's
That's
them
the
again.
end of the wedge, isn't it, Iris? First it's, can I see your identification, sir? And then it's, would you mind bending over the table, sir? So Sergeant State Educated and Constable Regional Accent here can stick their truncheon up your derriere.
Oh, crikey!
They should call them what they are. They're bloody ID cards. Oh, for Christ's sake, what is it, Iris? Oh, for Christ's sake, what is it,
Happy
Iris?
Algernon! I'm really not happy Algernon!
Crikey. Crikey.
And finally tonight, getting stuck in a shameless attempt to cash in on his bad boy status, shamed celebrity Johnny Hamsleeves announced a new line of real ale at a press conference earlier today.
The new brew, entitled Headbutt Ale, in reference to his controversies of last year, promises a night you'll pretend you regret.
Or possibly a night you'll pretend you remember.
So what should we all think of Johnny's latest attempt to market his notoriety?
Let's call it happy.
Oh my god, fantastic! Oh my god, fantastic!
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
And it's time for even more interference. Hey, we don't have stabby bears on the picture. So many things that should have clued me in that it's a dream, but like a actual dream, sometimes your brain just like, we're just gonna roll with it. But who's interfering with the signal, guys?
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country.
Potentially illegal.
Sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from reaching your pockets.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lanfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard of Labour camp. You wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute.
Jesus.
You will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who think he have a big career in movies land. When actually, he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at me and holding tiny penis in hand.
Oh, we don't have to censor that one.
We have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't do things like socially divisive assertions.
Minister?
It's just Björk.
Minister? Right, Björk, your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the prize.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole like boat thing there, but it's actually the festival of Fureland here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So like we all had to look our grandparents clean whilst the boat was happening, and that's like a really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah.
Oh, stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
He always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
You're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolf, shut the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. They can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have like serious animal welfare legislation. And like my friend Helga, she got arrested for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her teal thing. I mean, English jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jam Sandwich. Do you know that cracker too? What became of her?
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
It's human interest, Jeremy, the real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call. Yeah, let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, yeah?
You're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vein. Soon you have tiny penis.
It's the one thing he goes for. Okay.
In Svenland, we don't really go in for all that restrictive monogamy stuff here. We're kind of flawed, actually.
Okay. Well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
possible shortages and
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Beard?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated devices, concepts like money. Instead, we replace currency with a system of bodily fluids.
Oh, God.
And that's like a really hard sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Vortovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant Newton
And really has a tiny penis.
Really, he just standing in field
Holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Let me talk to your viewers here. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
I got it in time.
Thank you, Prime Minister. We'll be back.
After these messages.
We'll be back.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
But we have to be more careful. It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation. Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Yeah, Crazy Neil! Guess we taped over advertisement C, so maybe we play A or B again. Oh, fun. I'm glad the phone's on fire. Hey, our picture changed.
Are you still meant to bow? Foreign royalty.
What?
That's like
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Principle?
Oh my god, are we gonna have more dancers? Jesus. I need Crazy Neil with his ram horns instead.
Yo, thanks for having me on your show, man.
It's quite alright.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna do the rapping portion of this show now. Great!
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at the theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Thanks, Jeremy.
Oh, I get it. It's like Jesus.
You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it. But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. My mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homework. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. A tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it? Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know? Why do I have to pay for it, you know?
People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me. Who's to say I don't?
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. G.
He's trying to get fired.
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Well, it's more of like... Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Lovelace Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah, you love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So here he is.
State of the art. It's me on a button.
It's Jesus.
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Oh no, I gotta do the rhythm thing again.
Different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams.
So am I not censoring all of a sudden? That's so weird. So I'm definitely hitting the button.
Every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams,
I'm just gonna pan between the cameras here to try to get viewers back. Why would we be losing viewers though? Oh, I gotta accelerate.
Take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job, he's unfaithful. It's time to school a come with a motherfucking...
I guess we'll just let the blue stuff through. We'll lose our grade.
So this is for the snuff ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley, the ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty, the ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation, the ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not.
I don't have a good rhythm.
You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise serve the press of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to pull a puzzle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let him feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, no squilling bet getters, and burn them on the...
Look, we're censoring a little bit. Look, he just wants me to censor the whole damn thing.
Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job, he's unfit.
Hey, we know the course now.
Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances little dances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry.
Oh good, we're supposed to censor all of that. Nope. I just want to see if I can piss off Advance, because I haven't done a lot of that yet.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your notes.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this is absolutely ridiculous.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy.
Okay, so Jeremy's gonna get into a black bag, probably.
Familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Just a reminder, fixing that old VCR.
No, it's ridiculous.
Past that break.
This is just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust
leave
me.
it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
Oh no, Sports Board, the game! Oh no!
No, here we go. Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
Jeremy, you remember Mr. Algebra?
Vividly.
And
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Harris, and this is Ms. Raiden.
What?
Philippa, please.
We're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order demon.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then.
Oh good, we're destroying the game.
10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
Sports Board.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Raiden, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
To have your Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs are kimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's a pretty good goals feature. Anyway, so, Pete, he says, Toby, my name's Toby, he says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right,
What
yeah.
did you say?
What? These times
So,
aren't
Jeff,
desperate, that's
the
fine.
question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
After the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
What?
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy,
Oh.
give us a sense of what the show is actually about.
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings
Interesting.
of scenes from my life.
Just they have. I guess they're going to show something there.
You promised you'd come to my graduation.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad,
embarrassment.
you promised you'd come to my graduation. You promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells! Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show? What is it that you
Question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred path!
And am I right in
Jesus
saying
Christ,
this
this is
officially
terrible.
commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, is actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
You do this every night.
Absolutely.
You do this every night.
It's a metaphor. Absolutely.
For what?
It's a metaphor.
For what?
Yeah.
Is it though?
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes.
I don't know.
Unbelievable. Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt
So-
we'll have taken our jobs.
So Jeremy's probably dead.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan
I
Wolf.
should probably get ready for this.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
I'm Sophia Rimington, CEO of Rimington Cyst. And I'm so excited to be able to tell you about our newest product.
Is it a Flard?
Everybody loves Flards. After all, from holding your house up to keeping your bills down, there really seems to be no limit to their use.
Oh, I got an A+ somehow.
Hey, Brad, I brought you some new Flards. Hey, what's up? You seem sad, Brad.
I don't know why I want to learn more about Flards.
Sometimes they can be a bit fiddly to get in place.
Oh, that sounds bad, Brad. There has to be a better way.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit the continue button. I just can't go through. So A+, E, A+, huh? What did they not like about the middle there? Is it just that I lost some viewers? An interference-free show, an exceedingly poor edit for guys. Advance angered by the content. Well, I was wondering if that would indeed be the case. So I guess that's gonna lower my grade a little bit. We received our full wages. Current wealth is still selling a kidney. Crippling debt. Hey! That's up here because our shares in Crazy Neil's fine. People don't like the Advance or Remington whatever PC. I forget what that is. It's fun. The Advance hate us. The punchy people, whatever it's called, they like us. And these people are heartbroken, apparently, so that's fun. Alright, well that's going to do it for this one. This is Asher. Maybe the last time we see Jeremy Donaldson before he gets, obviously, put in a transition center. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll do this again soon. Not for broadcast, but we just did a whole episode on it. Thanks. Take care.